Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out tonight. We gonna let it out tonight. We gonna let it out just like the sunrise. We gonna let it out. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out tonight. We gonna let it out tonight. We gonna let it out just like the sunrise. We gonna let it out.
Hey guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys are having a good day, a good day. You know, it is September 11th. I'm aware of that. So I know that a lot of people have lost a lot of loved ones, and my prayers and my thoughts are with you guys. So my name is Tanya, or Titanium Bill. If this is your first time coming to the channel, welcome in. If you're wondering if I stole this shirt from Vincent, I sure as heck did. It was chilly today, like in the house. I was like, why is it so chilly in here? So I put on his shirt. So if you're asking yourself that, yeah, actually, I think it looks pretty good on me. So I'm going to keep it, I think. But welcome in, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great, what is it, Wednesday, Thursday? Who knows? It's Thursday, isn't it? It is Thursday. I didn't even know what day it was. I swear I don't know. But my calendar's right. So, hey, that's all that matters. But welcome in. It's good to see you guys. It's good to see everybody. I did put, if baby girl comes in, I am learning how to do emojis. So I didn't really know how to do them because you have to do them like in a certain like box, like a certain size. And I stumbled across an emoji that Vincent had did a while back. And I was like, oh, so I just deleted his picture and put like the new one up. Let me see if I can go over there. So I just thought it was funny. Let me see if we can actually see it. Where are the emojis? All right there. It says hola. I was thinking of her when I was doing emojis today. So I did some emojis for the other channel as well. So if you're a member over on Unfiltered with Tanya, you now have a pepper beside your name. So the longer the time that you're with me, it'll be the hotter the pepper. So I thought it was a cute idea. So that's what we're doing over there. But welcome in, everybody. I'll wait a couple minutes to get started. I'll wait for some people to kind of come in. We're almost at the mark where I can say what I want to say. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Ladybug. Today is a day of remembrance. I guess my aunt had went over to New York this year, I guess, earlier this year, and they went to the monument, and she saw it and everything. So I saw it on her Facebook. I never get on Facebook. I was scrolling through it for like 2 seconds today, and I backed out. Hey, happy mom, where you been? Oh, that's fine. Hey, personal life comes first. And I appreciate you saying that you catch up on the replays. That's very nice of you. And I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Astra. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. I appreciate that. I did say dance right on over there. Hey, Kira, how you doing? Oh, she left. Is she back? I don't know. Hey, Jackie. Hey, PKC. Hey, Mary Beth. How you doing today? Hey, Heidi. Caught a live. I know. I kind of like the earlier lives. Hey, Joe. I really do like them, actually. I'm not going to lie. It's just we're going to try to figure out a way for me to do lives and maybe like do some during the day and then some, like at night during the week. But Vincent's working from home now, so his office is right here. He has the same exact setup as I do, except for his monitors are side by side and mine are stacked on top of each other. So this is kind of like his room now, right? Because like personal stuff, family stuff comes first, jobs come first. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm just going to do my lives like wherever, you know what I mean? Just like they might just be in some random spots. So for a while. So, but I'll always make sure that they're aesthetically pleasing for you guys. And I'll make sure, me too. I'm aesthetically pleasing. Redoing the floors. Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting though. I love that. I love new floors. Okay. So, yeah, actually quick story time. We moved into this apartment 8 years ago or almost 9 years ago. We've lived here forever. Mostly because I'm comfortable here. And when I get comfortable in a spot, I don't like change. So Vincent's kind of just been like, we'll stay. Like he's cool with that. But I came home one day from work and they had just told me they were taking the management position away and giving this like other position to this other kid. And I was the manager. So pretty much my position was gone. I could work there, but it was just bad. So I came home and we had a dog, or maybe we had two. No, we only had one dog at the time, but she wasn't bad about like peeing in the house at all. But she would piddle here and there when she was a puppy. So I was just like, I'm done with these floors. I'm done with this carpet. And I tore out probably 500 square foot of carpet in like one day. Vincent came home and he was like, where's the floor? And I was like, we're getting new ones. Let's go to Lowe's. And we did. And he put them in. He figured it out. I love that. Oh, kiddo needs stuff. Oh, I'm just when he said kiddo, I'm like, I don't know. I'm going through the time of my life where I'm like, do I want a baby or do I not want a baby? Does that make sense? And when you said kiddo, I'm like, oh, makes me want one. Makes me want to have a baby. So we are going to go over some multiple cases today. I told you I wanted to do this a few days ago because there's cases that we cover, on a day-to-day basis, because there's always, new news coming out, new something coming out. But I wanted to get to some of the older cases and some of the new cases, just whatever has a update. If you guys know of a case that we covered we cover that on this channel and you're like, hey, I want an update on that case, let me know and I can look it up. I can look that up for you. If you want me to do that, just put like a couple like those little bomb emojis before the question, just like one or two, and then that way I'll know. I'll see it better because I'll be reading and I got one eye. It's not an excuse. Hey, Exquisite. Hey, Wolf. Yeah. Yeah, see, happy mom, I could there's all hardwood floors where we live now. There's no carpet except for carpet that we lay down, in our living room for our couch, and I wanna get one for the bed. Maybe the kitchen, I'm not supposed to have throw rugs because of my eyesight, so but I don't know, I like a little something there, you know? A little something, something there. Okay, so this isn't gonna take me to the right thing, so we're gonna be looking at something that we shouldn't be looking at. Don't be looking at that, that's not the case we're covering first. I just wanted to get this up, that way I can remove it and put me back up. Okay. Definitely need a village, yeah. I wanna adopt a baby so bad. I'm like, "Hmm," but I don't need to right now, you know? I've got time. Nancy Grace was 48 when she was pregnant with her twins. Someone told me that, and I was like, "Oh, I'm cool." So the first case we're gonna go over tonight is or today is Austin Drummond. There's just a couple updates in that case. So I did write out some notes. I'm gonna be kind of like looking at them as I talk to you guys. But the latest update as of, September the 10th actually was four of Austin Drummond's alleged accomplices appeared in a Tennessee court for their arraignments. So they were arraigned. Austin Drummond is accused of murdering four people in Tiptonville, Tennessee, and abandoning a baby in a front yard on July 29th, 2025. I think he wanted to go back to prison personally. The victims were identified as Matthew Wilson, 21, Adriana Williams, 20, Courtney Rose, 38, and poor Braden, Williams, 15. Drummond, who is dating Courtney Rose's sister, was arrested on August 5th after a week-long manhunt. And he was arrested and because Fernando, I think that's his name, Fernando was working and he was doing his construction job, just minding his business. And he saw him in the woods and he's like, I think that's the guy. Like, and he called and it was him. He said before he was even off the phone with police, there was cop cars there. I was like, that's the way it should be, right? And then he wouldn't even take the $50,000 or whatever. He didn't even take it. He was like, no, I'm cool. I'm okay. I'm just doing like that's just what you're supposed to do. And I'm just like, so someone gave him a recliner, like something like business. They wanted to give him a recliner and he took the recliner. Oh my gosh. I'm glad that he was arrested. I'm glad he was caught, but it's just, I'm glad that he didn't hurt Fernando or any of those people, right? That he was so close to them. But he's been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, and multiple firearm offenses. He's going to be in prison for the rest of his life if he's, found guilty. Prosecutors have announced their intent to seek the death penalty. So Austin's not going to go back to, Xboxes and cell phones and guns and drugs and all that stuff that he gets in prison because he's going to be in lockdown 23 hours a day. The only thing that he's going to be able to sneak around is a letter with a piece of string. So September 4th through the 5th, they had a preliminary hearing. The judge found probable cause. We watched it to move the murder charges against Austin Drummond to a grand jury. During the hearing, investigators used cell phone data and surveillance video to present a timeline of events surrounding the murders. The judge also imposed a gag order prohibiting Drummond and his lawyers from speaking to the media about the case. And I heard he's been out here freaking speaking. I don't know if he's speaking now that he has a lawyer, but I know that he did talk to like a TikToker or something. I didn't see it. I need to look that up. Have you guys seen that? I wonder if you guys have seen that. Hey, Mega Mama. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, you don't want to. I mean, even if like you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life, after a certain point, you don't want to keep running, right, Ladybug? Like it's just like, I'm done. Hey, Reba, welcome in. Okay. So, the judge denied a request for a no contact order between Drummond and his pregnant girlfriend, who is a relative of the victim. So basically, he can't talk to her. He's not allowed to talk to her. And if he can, what he can do though is if there's something about the baby they need to talk about, that he can tell a family member, and then the family member can relay that to her. But nothing about the case, nothing to do with any of that. Only certain things, which I think is kind of, I don't know. I think he should have no contact, period. No contact at all. He did this. I think she knew about it. He went to her house afterwards. You know what I mean? I don't know. Even if she didn't know about it, she's a grown adult. I mean, yeah, it would be nice to have the father of your kid there, but he's going to prison if he's prosecuted for the rest of his life, or if he's found guilty. And I think he's going to be found guilty. I mean, just by the evidence that they were presented in the, preliminary hearing. So they did, 4 accused helpers of murder suspect Austin Drummond appeared in court. So we'll go over this and see what they have to say. And thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate it. If you guys don't mind, will you take a second and hit the like button? It really helps. It looks like we have almost a lot of likes though, compared to the people in here. So I'm excited about that. His family, I don't think they've come out and said anything. And I don't know if they're allowed to. I don't think they're part of the gag order, but it just sounded like the judge said the lawyer and Austin can't. But his family, I haven't heard anything. The jail cuts his phone call off. Oh man. I think so too, Mega Mama. I think she knows. I mean, he went to her house, and then after she found out about everything, because the cops came, he turns the phone off that he had used just for that one day, that burner phone, and then he never uses it again. Almost like he was like, "Oh crap, I don't want to use this. This is like he knew he was in trouble." Actually, it don't matter. We can go. Yeah, we can go this one first. Which one is this? Okay, yeah, because I have 2 videos, so it's fine. But we'll listen to this and see what she has to say. I like her necklace, by the way, and her earrings. Oh shoot,
their relationships
have
with
it up
him.
for you. Didn't even have it up for y'all. I thought it was
the Austin Drummond
Okay.
case now. The man charged with killing a family of 4 and abandoning their baby in Dyer County. The suspects who are charged with helping him also appeared in court today. For the first time, new details emerged about their relationships with him. Action News 5's Caitlin Miller shows you how deep their involvement goes, according to investigators.
Giovante Thomas, Michelle Ovelis, De'Ara Sanders, and Eric Wise all appeared before Judge Don Allen this morning. The 4 suspects all facing accessory after the fact charges. While focus has largely
I'd never seen a picture of the other girl.
Been on how the suspected accomplices helped Austin Drummond after his crimes, it was made clear in court today that's not where the story begins. FBI agent Scott Lawson last week said the car Drummond is believed to have driven was rented a day prior by Michelle Ovelis.
Yeah.
Her attorney stated in court today that she was only guilty of renting and returning a car.
Her involvement is very.
She rented a car for somebody else under the guise of something. She knew he was going to be doing something nefarious with that car. If not, he would have drove his own damn car. He had an Audi. Lock her up.
Limited. She was asked to rent a car, which is not illegal, and she was required by that Drummond contract to return that vehicle, which is not illegal. There were scarce, if any, mention of her involvement directly with Drummond.
However, Judge Don Allen made it clear that what Ovelis told law enforcement seems to paint a different picture.
According to the statements she did make several statements which apparently would indicate some knowledge of the homicide and also knowledge of the aggravated kidnapping. So I do find that the apparent probability of conviction is likely.
We also learned
she told on herself.
more about Ovelis's relationship
so
with
young.
Giovanni Thomas, the man police say Drummond called less than an hour after the murders. Thomas and Ovelis were living together at the time and shared 2 children, ages 2 and 10. Prosecutors say the same car Ovelis rented for Drummond was returned to Thomas. When discussed in court today, Thomas's attorney and Judge Allen went back and forth on whether Thomas knew the vehicle had just been used to commit mass murder.
As far as the courtroom is concerned, the only statement of fact that the state believes the proof is him accepting that he had taken the car back.
I understand, but I understand also that when the car was returned, there was some indication that perhaps evidence had been tampered with.
It also came to light that De'Ara Sanders and Eric Wise are connected. The 2 suspects believed to have purchased the duffel bag and cell phone found near where Drummond was caught by police August 5th. Prosecutors also say
Do you think they were giving him like drop bags? Because I kind of thought that maybe like that's why he was going to certain locations. Like he would go there, get another car, get a bag with clothes, toiletries, whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, this is going to be nuts.
Sanders gave Drummond food, clothes, and a place to stay after the crime, even when she found out what he had done.
She said that she learned he was actually released with her on Friday morning, August 1st. But she did continue to let him stay at her apartment until he left on Saturday, August 3rd, 2025.
It was also revealed in court today that Sanders, who was facing a $25,000 bond before today's hearing, is currently 6 months pregnant and under close medical supervision due to complications. Bond was set for all 4 of the suspects, ranging from $250,000 to $100,000.
They ain't getting out. No, look at these bonds. Look at these bonds. We got one that's pregnant. 2 of them told on themselves already to the cops. Giovanni, $250,000. Michelle, $100,000. Probably because she said she would, plead. De'Ara Sanders, $150,000 bond. Oh, someone needs to get her maybe some. How would they give her medical attention in the jail? They don't do nothing for you in the jail. Eric Wise, $250,000. I wouldn't trust him. Wouldn't trust him to go back to court.
$1,000. In Memphis, Caitlin Miller, Action News 5.
Look at all them.
And
they kind of look like family members of the other people, if you ask me, but I don't know. Like to the defendants. But wow, it's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild trial. Heard something out there, but both dogs are in here. What's that cat doing? Okay, so this was another video that I found. We'll see what they have to say about everything. It looks like it's a little bit different. So I think this might be the timeline. Oh yeah, so this is the timeline. I wanted to go over this with you guys because some people might not remember some of the case, and me reading the timeline out isn't as I feel like visuals are sometimes better for people. So we'll listen to this.
Fox 13 is digging deeper tonight into the murder of 4 members of a West Tennessee family.
Investigators say that in the span of about 15 hours, Austin Drummond managed to kill those 4 people, kidnap a baby, and then try to hide the evidence, I should say.
Fox 13's investigative reporter Kayla Solomon joins us in studio tonight. Kayla, during a hearing yesterday, the state called witnesses who worked together to really try to piece this whole thing together.
Yeah, Darcy, District Attorney Danny Goodman called this a tight timeline of events put together through cell phone data and video from cameras in several different West Tennessee communities.
Investigators say it all began in the early morning hours of July 29th. At 6:27 a.m., a Dodge Charger belonging to 15-year-old Braden Williams and the Chevy Traverse belonging to his mom, 39-year-old Courtney Rose, are seen going toward the crime scene in Lake County. At 6:38, there was a call to Adriana Williams from a phone Austin Drummond allegedly had. At 6:47, a truck driven by Matthew Wilson seen on video driving toward the crime scene. About 20 minutes later at 7:25, Wilson's truck is caught leaving the scene at the same time a call was made from Drummond's phone. Investigators say they learned from Tanaka Brown there was a 3-way call with him, Drummond, and Giovanni Thomas, where Drummond asked for a ride. Investigators say from 7:25 to 10:06 a.m., there were a total of 15 calls made to Giovanni Thomas. Between 9:15 and 10:04 a.m., investigators say Brown picked up Drummond and the baby of Wilson and Adriana Williams. They say Brown and Drummond pushed Wilson's truck into a ravine and drove back to Jackson. Brown then allegedly dropped Drummond off at a hotel to pick up his Audi. Drummond then picked up a rental car reserved by Thomas's girlfriend, Michelle Oviles. That car returned to Lake County to the scene where the victims' bodies were later found.
At 1:15, you heard testimony from the park ranger stated that there was a black Charger, a white Traverse, and a Nissan Rogue with a California license plate. And he said it left quickly as soon as he passed the vehicle.
Around 2:30 p.m., investigators say Drummond's phone was in the area where the baby was left outside of a home in Dyer County. The 911 call about that baby was made at 3:11 p.m. Investigators say Drummond then returned back to Jackson.
Between 4:22 and 6:06, and this is really important, there were overlapping arcs. And you heard the testimony was that when there's overlapping arcs, you can almost pinpoint where the person is. And those arcs overlapped right above Austin Drummond's parents' house. And it stayed there for an hour and a half.
Now, prosecutors say the call about the bodies came in at 8:17 p.m. and by 8:44, the phone Drummond had was turned off. Investigators suspect he stayed the night with his girlfriend, Caitlin Speed, who lived at an apartment complex in Jackson, directly across the street from the pool house, where investigators say they found Drummond days later.
What?
Darcy?
That is Fox 13's investigative reporter, Kayla Solomon, live in studio. Thank you, Kayla.
Okay, I never knew that. Did you guys know that her apartment was across from the pool house? I'm wondering if like something spooked him, right? Like maybe a cop drove by just randomly, right? A random cop, and it spooked him. So he's like, I'm leaving, right? And that's when he went on the run. Or maybe he didn't want to involve her, but I think he didn't care because he spent the night there. Oh my goodness. Spent the night with her. Piece of crap. Okay, so I want to go over some updates with Jillian, Kelly, and Veronica Butler, but the ones I want to go over are going to be like just kind of like this year that happened, because we haven't really touched on it too much. But we did do a live over it the other night, and they have a transcript, and I didn't realize, but they have like affidavits in there. Like, let me show you guys actually. It's like, I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, so if you've been following this case, you'll understand. So, because I was going to go through I'm going to go through the family. I'll go through the family chart with you, the family tree here in a minute. But, so we have the affidavit from Kobe White. I'm sorry. And I think that these two, I think they got a proffer or something, but I wanted to read through all of this, and it's really long, but I think it would be really good to read through it. And then you have like the transcript down here. So like after you go through all this stuff, yeah, like this is the transcript for Paul Grice. He's pleading guilty, so he's going to spill the beans and spill everything. That's it. Okay. And then I think it's just his transcript. Let me see how far it goes down. I think it's like 20 some pages. So it's not like terribly long. See, it's like just that. And then this is for, I think, Cora. Let me see. Transcript. It's another transcript. I think it's for, oh, it's cross-examination. Okay. What do you guys think? Do you think we should go over this one night? I think it would be really good because I mean, this case was really interesting, and I think that these documents will be like really interesting as well. I'll put up a like community post or something and see if you guys want to go over those because there's not a whole lot of like cases going on right now anyway, and I think that this is a really interesting one. I mean, they stuffed their bodies in a freezer, and not even that they. Okay, so they're driving to pick up their kids. They cut them off. They reroute them. They kill them, or at least severely injure them there. And then they take them and they put them into a freezer and then they bury them with dirt, hay, whatever they could find. A tree stump, I think, was in there. And they consider themselves, there's 5 of them, God's misfits. I mean, this case is nuts. Oh, thank you, Maga Mama. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Thank you. And you're welcome. So Jillian, Kelly, and Veronica Butler were 2 Kansas moms who were murdered in March of 2024. It's a case related to a child custody dispute. Basically, Tiffany Adams, the grandmother, was wanting custody, and her son was in a rehab, and Veronica was doing very well, and she was trying to get full custody, and the court was looking her way. It was looking like it was going to be going in her favor. March 30th, this is when all of this happens. April 17th is when she had the custody hearing, and she would have found out for sure if she could have her babies, because at that point she had to have somebody go with her for like a supervised visit. So that's why Jillian Kelly was in the car with her that morning. It's just crazy. So this is the family tree that I like built, like this little family tree. Let's see if I can blow it up a little. Okay. So Debbie Knox Davis, I should read you guys like the arrest warrant. This lady lied through her teeth. So she's Tiffany Adams' mother. Okay. And then you have Tad Collum, who is Tiffany's boyfriend, and he's the one that had the property that they buried the bodies on. Then you have Wrangler Cole Rickman, who is Veronica's children's father. So then we go over to Veronica, Butler. They have 2 children together, and then Jillian Kelly is down here. She's just a supervisor for Veronica. Then you have the Twombly family. You have Cole and Cora Twombly, and then Cora has a daughter. It's Cole's stepdaughter. And then Cole has a son, Cora's stepson, like opposite, Clint Twombly, which is the uncle, and that's Cole's brother. He owns the flatbed that they took with them that day of the murders. So, and then this is the God's Misfits, of course: Tiffany Adams, Cole Twombly, Tad Collum, Cora Twombly, and Paul Grice. I think that's all I have. Oh, and the babysitters. Yeah, look at that: Lacey Cook, Barrett Cook. And then property they found on Jamie Beasley's, because that's who was owned the property. And then, oh yeah, just pictures of them. I made this a while ago, so. Oh, I didn't put Paul Grice's picture in there. I put the picture frame and didn't put the picture. Maybe it's right there. Yeah, he doesn't deserve a picture. He doesn't deserve one. I guess that's what I was doing with that. I made that a while ago. So I think that I knew they had a 5th suspect maybe and knew his name, but didn't get his picture yet. So this is an older update, but this is some updates on the case. These are the 5 people that murdered them. They're terrifying looking. Like, they look terrifying to me. Paul Grice, he does look like a killer. I mean, I'm sorry. I know he's a father. He's got kids, blah, 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 but he'd be looking like he's a killer.
At 10, multiple judges have responded to Tad Cullum's motion of recusal, and the state of Oklahoma receives a response for the order allowing consumptive testing of evidence. News Channel 10's Paige Stockton joins us as she explains more about the next steps in this murder case.
The ongoing murder case of Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly in the Oklahoma Panhandle continues with updates on Cullum's request that Judge John Parsley recuse himself from the case. The Court of Criminal Appeals of the state of Oklahoma has denied the order for extraordinary relief by removing the judge, citing the defendant has failed to establish a clear right to the relief he wants. Cullum had requested Parsley recuse himself based on the bias of impropriety, because 15 years ago, he was the lawyer for Tiffany Adams in a civil case in Cimarron County. 2 separate times, Parsley declined to disqualify himself from the case. Attorneys filed an appeal, and Judge Tom Newby also found no basis to disqualify Parsley. Tad Cullum then submitted to the Court of Criminal Appeals for review, which also denied the request to recuse Parsley. Cullum did not appear at the last court hearing due to the pending resolution of this appeal, and now that stay has been lifted. All 5 defendants are scheduled for further proceedings, and the hearings on the state's application for order allowing testing that could destroy or damage has finally been set for July 30th at 10. We will continue to follow this case and provide updates as they become available. Reporting in studio, Paige Stockton, News.
Thank you, Paige Stockton. I appreciate that so much. So basically, Tad wants to get a new judge because supposedly he was the lawyer, maybe at the time, because he wasn't a judge yet. He was the lawyer way back when for Tiffany Adams when she had some sort of like traffic case. I don't know what case it was, but she had a case. And so he was her lawyer. And I'm like, what does that have to do with you, Tad? It was before your time of even dating her, first off. And second off, Tiffany's not even saying anything about it. Like, if someone's going to say something about it, it would be Tiffany. She's kept her mouth shut. She's going to jail forever. She should already know. She isn't. I don't think she thinks she is. I think she thinks she's going to get out of all this. And look at this. Look at this. Look at Cole. I swear he is smiling under that mustache. I swear you can't tell me nothing different. He literally looks like he's smirking. And to make him even better, because I love a man like him, right? Cole is Cora's husband. When they got busted together, right? Cole said, I'm getting a lawyer and you're going to have to get a public defender. Not a day in my life. If Vincent said that, I would need a real good lawyer because there would be another charge. Like really telling me that I'm not going to get you a lawyer, but I'm getting myself one. Ooh, I think he's smiling though. Yeah, I do too. Okay, let's see what they have to say. Oh gosh, look at her. She looks like hell.
An Oklahoma judge sets a trial date for 2 of the 5 suspects charged in the murders of 2 Southwest Kansas women. The court set a trial date of May 18, 2026 for Tiffany Adams and Cole Twombly. Prosecutors say they killed Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly over a child custody dispute in March of 2024. Cora Twombly and Paul Grice are also charged in the case and will testify again.
Hold on, I want to write that down really quick, but I wanted to listen. So Tiffany and Cole. Okay, sorry.
The other defendants. They returned to court in November. Meanwhile, the court assigned a temporary judge in the case against Tad Cullum. He petitioned to have the judge removed, citing a conflict of interest.
Thank you so much for coming out today.
Okay, so trial date, May 18th, 2026. 2026 is going to be a busy year for us, I feel like, because we have a lot of trials coming up. And then November, they're going back. So, oh, she's nasty, Torchy. But you should have seen her when she was like, I don't know. She had like extensions or something. Like her hair was like, she was actually like looked decent like 10 years ago. I don't know what she's done over the last 10 years, but she's went to hell in a handbasket. I'll tell you that. I sound like my mom. Okay. So there were 2 plea deals in this case. So they're going to announce them here. I don't know if nope, they didn't announce them down there. So we'll listen to them here. And I believe that was Cora and Paul Grice, if I'm not mistaken.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jeff Herndon. Continuing coverage now of a story we've been tracking for you all day. Preliminary hearings for 2 of the 5 suspects accused of murdering Jillian Kelly and Veronica Butler are happening this week. Cora Twombly and Paul Grice both took plea deals. As part of that, they testified in court today. Julia Thatcher and Peyton Steiner have the only Kansas cameras at the courthouse in Guyman, Oklahoma, with a look at what new testimony revealed.
Every time they walk them in or out of the courthouse, they always have them in bulletproof vests, like always. And none of them have asked to wear like whatever, like street clothes. No, I don't know if they would actually have them do that yet, but.
We learned Paul Grice killed both Jillian Kelly and Veronica Butler. He said he first stabbed Veronica Butler and then both women's bodies were put into a trailer. He said he was in the back of that trailer with the women's bodies being driven to where the burial site was. And he said he started to panic. Jillian's eyes began to flutter. He said he didn't know if it was the bumpy roads or if she was waking up. He said he thought about how scared Jillian would be if they buried her alive in that freezer. So he stabbed her. Paul and Cora both testified that leading up to the murder.
Instead of being like, okay, I messed up big time. Let me get her some help. Maybe there's some sort of way we can, she'll live. He just stabbed her again.
Tiffany Adams and Tad Cullum shared allegations that Tiffany's grandchildren were being abused by someone in Veronica's family. Paul said he never asked for proof, and the DA told Cora that the people accused in the allegations are minors, so all of the court documents would have been sealed, and there wouldn't be any court documents to show. Cora and Paul both said Cole did not have involvement in the plan to kill the women until either the day before or just days before. Cora said Tiffany did not want him involved because he drank and talked when he drank.
I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we've got these God's misfits, right? And they like meet every what is it, like once a week or something like that? They meet. And so they're meeting, and Tiffany's talking to, Cora. She wants Cora on her team, even though Cora told her daughter everything. Her 16-year-old daughter. She said, get Cora on the squad, Paul Grice on the squad, Tiffany, of course, she's the monarch. And then we've got Tad. But don't tell Cole. Everybody he talks too much when he drinks. Cora wasn't even drinking. And she told her daughter everything. You messed up. You picked the wrong Twombly there, lady.
They also said about 15 people met as part of what's being called God's Misfits.
Oh, that's how they did it. Okay, so there was like 15 of them. Okay, so there was that's a pretty big group.
But that the four of them, Tiffany, Tad, Paul, and Cora, were a subgroup, and that the others were not involved in the planning or the murders of Jillian Kelly and Veronica Butler. Paul and Cora both testified that Tiffany Adams told them a court supervisor would be with Veronica Butler on the day of the murders. Cora said that when she asked Tiffany, she referred to Jillian as collateral damage, and Paul testified that when they asked who the court supervisor would be, that Tiffany said it was a nobody. The state wrapped up their questions for Paul Grice today. Next, the attorneys for Tad Cullum and Cole Twombly will have an opportunity to question Paul. Here for you in Guyman, Oklahoma, Julia Thatcher, KSN News 3.
Yeah, Ashley. Yeah, they had she freaking cleaned up the truck when Cora and Cole go home. And her mom done told her, she said, you might not see, or if you wake up tomorrow morning, you won't see me. I'm going on a mission. We won't have to worry about Veronica anymore. I can't even. Some things you just can't even. Okay, so where were we? We're going to go over to Mr. Little Elijah Bill. Damn, I hate that this case hasn't went to trial yet, but it's getting there. It's going in the right direction. I mean, the update I give you guys today might piss you off because it's going to piss you off, but here we are. So as of September 2025, the criminal case against Elijah Vu's mother, Katrina Barr, and her boyfriend, Jesse Vang, are proceeding in Wisconsin, with both individuals having pled not guilty to homicide-related charges. Elijah Vu was a 3-year-old baby reported missing in February 2024, and his remains were discovered in September 2024, leading to new charges. So, missing, the last time I believe he was seen, it was on camera, was February 16th, I believe, or the 19th. And he was seen in like an auto parts type of store with Jesse Vang. It was cold, it was February, but he was so wrapped up. It was almost like Jesse was trying to hide some of the wounds that he had given him. So Jesse Vang was caring for this little Elijah. Let me actually pull up let's see if I could do this. I don't know if you guys have heard of this case, so let me show you him. Okay, let's see. Oh, show him all three, but he's a cutie. Let me see if I can find it, share it, and then pull it up for you guys. Okay. He's so cute. So he was reported missing by Jesse on February 20th. Katrina sent Elijah to Jesse Vang's house because she wanted Jesse Vang at 3 years old to teach him how to be a man. Jesse would make him stand in the corner for hours on end and pray to his mom, say he was sorry to his mom, say, "I'm sorry, mommy," just over and over again. He didn't feed him right at all. He gave him like one meal a day, and it was shredded wheat or whatever, the cereal with no milk. He would change his diaper once a day only. I don't have babies. I've never had a baby, but I'm pretty sure the babies go through a lot more than one diaper a day. He would, if, Elijah acted out, like didn't want to do something, like, wanted to sit down like a normal kid, tired of standing after hours, he would throw him in a cold shower. He did everything and anything to this little boy. He beat him. So the cause of death was death by homicide by unspecified means. But the criminal complaint indicated that he had suffered physical abuse and neglect with healed fractures found on his skull. Healed fractures. That means these happened a long time ago for them to heal. When it's kids, I get angry, So the court proceedings, I do want to read these out to you. So Jesse Vang's charges, he's charged with physical abuse of a child causing death and hiding a corpse. So his attorneys received additional time to prepare for trial because they said they needed to review the discovery and the evidence, which Jesse should know because he put the bodies there. Katrina Barr's charges, she's charged with chronic neglect of a child, the consequence being death. And in June 2025, a plea deal was offered to her. And we're going to read about that. They offered her a plea deal. She makes me sick. She went over there. She lives in another place, and she went over there to make love with her man, and she took her 9-year-old daughter. I think she was 9, maybe 6. I think maybe 6, actually. I'm sorry. I think she was 6. And left her in the car in the freezing cold and turned the car off because she was afraid that someone would see the car on. And yeah, she's a great mom. We would love to give her a plea deal. It's crazy. Nightbot's out of control. I looked at the chat. So the discovery of Elijah's remains was a devastating blow to the Two Rivers community, which had participated in the search. And we all seek justice for Elijah. We really do. It's terrible. So they offered her a plea. Let's read about it. Okay. I haven't seen the documents yet, so I'm going to look for that here in a second, actually. Because actually, let's just Katrina Barr plea. Let's see if it comes up. Maybe they didn't give her one yet. Like, didn't write it out yet. Like, ooh, okay. I just don't even like looking at her. Okay, so this is in Manitowoc County. I am really thirsty today, and I don't know why. Prosecutors have made a plea deal offer to Katrina Barr, the mother of Elijah Vu. Vu was a 3-year-old boy reported missing from a Two Rivers home in February 2024 and whose body was found in September. What is that? 7 months. Oh my gosh. I remember just wondering where he was, And then I remember they found his blanket. It wasn't even with him. Like he couldn't even like just be like a human being after. Just a little bit of human in you. Like I know you killed him, but like you couldn't at least maybe put him with his blanket. I don't know. It made me sad. So it says the details of the proposal were not divulged in court Friday. Okay, so that's why there's no paperwork. Meanwhile, both sides continue to review the evidence in the case, so no trial date was set. Barr returns to court September 26th for a status conference. That's coming up. Look at him. Ugh. Barr 32 faces 4 charges, including chronic neglect of a child, consequences death, and neglecting a child. I don't know what the consequences for that. I don't know if it'll come up. I said that before, but it did. Like, I didn't put that in right, so let's see. What would we say? Right, let's see. It just varies. Mandatory prison terms. Sentencing from several months to many years or even decades in prison. Fines. Loss of custody. Well, shit. I wonder who has Elijah Vu, actually. Do you know Loves to Lurk? He loves to lurk. I don't know why I just thought that just hit me like, oh, is it his dad? His dad's side probably does. Because I know they were vocal. Okay, I think that's probably who would have him. Or like the aunt. Oh man, that's like if he's cremated. I don't know if was cremated or buried, but that's either way. Oh gosh. Also charged in the case is this handsome guy right here. I still cannot find those pictures. Loves to lurk. Do you know where those? Okay, there was snapshots of him, like it was his mug shots, and it was on but online. I just cannot find it anywhere now, and it has like all of his prison like photos and his hair, and each one is like different. It's more ridiculous in each one. It just makes me laugh at him. So I love to look at it. I don't know where it's at though. But he returns to court June 20th for a status conference. He's charged with physical abuse of a child causing death and hiding a corpse. He should be charged with first-degree murder. I mean, you're doing abuse is ongoing, intentional. Like that's, I hate that. That's what he got charged with. But in court Friday, defense attorney Amber Grates asked for more time to review the evidence in the case. District attorney Jacqueline LeBray said she recently received another 400 pages of reports, which she needs to review and send to Grates. Oh, I hope we can get these. In order to get, like after they're done, in order to give them both time to review evidence, the September conference was set by Judge Anthony Lambridge. I think I'm saying it wrong. Barr did not appear in court or by video for Friday's hearing. Oh, she didn't need to. No one needs to see her face. Barr and Vang were both jailed on child neglect charges soon after Elijah was reported missing. Prosecutors said Barr sent Elijah to stay with Vang, her boyfriend, for disciplinary reasons. I don't know. I don't like that. I'm not saying that. In September, a man preparing his land for hunting season found Vu's remains on private property in Manitowoc County. Can you imagine being that guy? Oh my goodness. I don't know what you would be down to, like what your body would be down to, because it was cold when you put him out there, right? So the body would have, decomposed, but at a very slower rate. But then he went through the summer months. So I'm wondering if it was just like little bone. Oh gosh, that's so sad. Thanks, Loves to Lurk. Is it like is the aunt the one that's involved? Because I know that like there was somebody that was like always talk, like that did go up and talk for him. Was it his aunt? Because I'm wondering. I thought that the aunt or something like was at the press conference. She said some stuff. it's sad. This is a sad case. And then when I saw that, like I always look stuff up, and I don't know why I didn't see it before. Well, I kind of saw it before, and I was like, okay, well, let me see what's going on. We'll we'll do a live if there's some more stuff coming up, and then nothing really came up. And I'm just like, oh man. So I wanted to do it with a group of lives. So let me get you a picture of the next person. I think everyone knows though who Suzanne Morphew is. Well, maybe. Who's that lady? I don't know who that was. Let's see. I like this picture of her. I think she was so beautiful. So beautiful. So let me exit out of some of these tabs. I mean, those people just even look scary. Elijah's mom and Jesse Vang, especially Jesse. Okay. Katrina's sister and mother that on the dad's side was involved, then dipped. Oh gosh, that's so sad. That's sad. This little boy was just, he just, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. I mean, I feel like personally, this is just me. It's just me. Everybody that has a baby, when you're in the hospital, let them stay in the hospital for more than 2 seconds before you ship them back out to the world with a baby that they don't know anything to do with. And I mean, you can read as many books in the world, but it's not like having the real thing. I think that they should take a couple classes, do them right in the room while mama's feeding. I don't know, just and then give them a paper or something. I don't know. Just give them something to where after the classes, after the 2 days, if they decide, hey, I can't do this, then they can sign over their rights or whatever, and nothing happens. Just nothing. I don't know what to do. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know any other solutions. I don't know any solutions. I'm trying to figure out one. Because these little babies shouldn't be treated like this, and they shouldn't be killed. And there's just so many, there's just so many kids that are being killed. It's terrible. Just little babies. I mean, it's just disappointing. You think that, why don't you just give your child up? Like, he's so cute. He's a beautiful baby boy. Why wouldn't you just let someone else love him? Like, are you that greedy? Is that what it is? Is it greed? Could be. Could be greed. Could definitely be greed, I guess. Oh, I didn't get to see your message, Ashley. Oh my God. Oh shit, I'm going back up, Ashley. Oh, we're gonna have some people over for it. Oh, Ashley, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, that makes me want to cry. I'm so sorry. You're in my thoughts. Seriously, Ashley, I'm so sorry that you're going through that. That's at least, I mean, just make sure he's comfortable, just make sure they make him comfortable. That's what I did when I went to see my mom when she was on the ventilator. I was like, is she comfortable? I was like, give her more, whatever you got, just, because I wanted to make sure she was comfortable. So I want to give you guys a little bit of an update on Suzanne Morphew. I know Court TV did a segment on it, and we can go over that on a case. I think it was 45 minutes. They do their longer hour long segments. But the primary update in the Suzanne Morphew case is that her husband, Barry Morphew, was rearrested and reindicted for the murder in June 2025. After her remains were found in 2023, they found traces in her, I believe it was her femur. They found traces of 3 different drugs, or it's a combination of 3 different drugs, and it's called BAM. And they look at these are regulated drugs because they're for like tranquilizing, large animals. So they're regulated. So not everybody can, get them or, if you get them, you have to like sign up, sign a paperwork. Barry was the only person that was a private citizen in that state that had BAM. Like, I mean, you dummy. Like, you thought you got away with it. You almost did. Because, this was the second time that Barry's been arrested for her death, with the first case having been dismissed in 2022. He walked out with his daughters, sun was shining, he felt great. A Colorado grand jury they returned a new indictment for first-degree murder against Barry Morphew on June 20th. He was arrested in Arizona, where he had been living. He'd been living in like some trailer park in Arizona. Went from a $2 million home. Was he hiding? Did he lose all of his wealth when Suzanne died? Did she not? Maybe the debt, maybe her insurance and everything. Maybe she gave that to her daughters. I don't know. Because she had money, But Suzanne Morphew's skeletal remains were accidentally discovered in a shallow grave in September 2023 during an unrelated investigation. They were actually looking for another woman that was murdered, and then they stumbled across Suzanne. I mean, in this field, it's just, you wouldn't think to look there. It's just amazing how they found her. So I know I told you guys that. So forensic experts believe Suzanne's body was moved to the gravesite after decomposition had begun elsewhere. So they think that she was moved, like maybe he buried her, near, maybe closer to the house, far away to where the cops wouldn't find her. And then he maybe got scared, that maybe he got scared that a mountain lion, because he kept talking about mountain lions, was going to, like dig her up because they could smell her or something, but maybe he thought that. So he moves her body over to, Saguache, I think it's called, the county. I can never say the words, the counties. But Barry remains in custody in Colorado on a $3 million cash only bail. Yeah. He pled not guilty. The next hearing is for November 3rd, 2025. So not too long from now. But, yeah, Ladybug, yeah, she had the money. Like I think she helped him like start his business. So he was slowly like getting money, but I think she was the main breadwinner. Like, yeah. I think she came from money. She was a teacher, so she didn't have like, a lot of money. But I think like when she did that, but I think that she came from some money, which is, I think that's why she wanted to leave him too. She wasn't scared to leave him. Like, forget you. I'm going, right? Okay. I'm sorry, I was just looking at something real fast. Okay. Let's see. So a Colorado judge denies reduction of Barry Morphew's bail, modifies bail or bond terms for alleged murder of wife. So wife Suzanne, yeah. So let's see what they got to say here. It's only like 30 seconds long.
Learned Barry Morphew, accused of killing his wife Suzanne back in 2020, was denied a request to lower his bond. Morphew is being held on the $3
Look at him. He looks like hell.
million bond. He's also facing first-degree murder. The judge did not lower his bond, but said he can post $300,000 and a bondsman can cover the rest. He was required to pay in full before.
I love that picture, but I don't like him in it.
This is the second time Morphew is facing a murder charge connected to his wife. The case was previously dismissed. Suzanne's remains were found in 2023 in Chaffee County in June. Charges were brought again.
I thought that's where they
The
live.
community has about all.
So that was wrong. That's where they live. But she was found in Saguache County or something like that. Like what I just said. Let me go back to my notes. was beloved notes? Yeah, discovered in a shallow grave in Saguache County. They're from Chaffee County. That's where they're from. So I think this was the next one. So yeah, Barry Morphew appeared in court. I think you see him for like a second, but he's wearing street clothes. He's like, I want to wear street clothes. I don't understand the whole like. When are you allowed to wear street clothes? Because I thought it was when like your trial started, right? Like when your actual trial would start, because then that's when people would see you more. But I guess if it's a high profile case, maybe they let them go ahead and wear, the street clothes. So dang it, Kirkland, stop telling me you got sales going on. I haven't been there in forever and I don't need anything. I really don't. I got stuff off Amazon and again.
Whether the man accused of killing his wife in a case that's captured national attention will be able to bond out of jail. Barry Morphew appeared in court today. This is the second time that Morphew has faced a murder charge in Suzanne Morphew's death. The Colorado mother first went missing in 2020, and her body was found in 2023. Today, Barry Morphew's attorneys asked the judge to reduce his bond. 11 News reporter Cameron Dean is in Alamosa County near the Great Sand Dunes where that hearing was held.
Today in court, Barry Morphew's defense has argued that his bond should be lowered, saying he has ties to nearby communities and has had no issues showing up to court. But the prosecution said Barry has moved around constantly since his wife Suzanne was killed. Morphew appeared in regular clothes as expected, although he is in jail custody. His daughters were also there in court, and they have been supportive of him. Instead of reducing his bond, the judge altered it to a cash, surety, and property bond, meaning he can bond out using his available funds, a bond man, and equity from his real estate to cover his bond.
What real estate?
The defendant has actively.
What real estate? He's living in a trailer.
Attempted to move around large amounts of money to different accounts.
Oh.
He has put properties that he owns in family members' names.
Mr. Morphew did exactly what bond is supposed to do, which is that Mr. Morphew appeared for every single court appearance. He followed every single requirement of the court and at no time had any problems complying with the orders of the court.
No witnesses were brought to the stand today. Also new, 4 terabytes of information was brought forward. The defense says they will need more time to review this information. In Alamosa, Cameron Dean, KKTV, 11 News.
There's 85 pounds.
It's a routine he's followed for decades.
Oh, sorry, guys. Look at him on
every day. Dozens of reps.
No, that's 30 lifts.
87-year-old Larry Schwartz.
87 years old. Have you guys seen the lady that was 90? Some guy took a TikTok video of her. Oh my God. I wish I had it. I think I saw it on a YouTube short though. She didn't look a day over 60. I couldn't even believe when I was seeing it. Okay. So I did forget to look up some stuff on the Idaho 4. So let's see if there's anything on them. What's this? Oh, I think we read it because it's in purple. We did. I'm pretty sure I'll open it. Yeah, we did. Dang, I keep you guys up to date. News Nation saying that he stalked people. Let's put his name in. Usually more stuff comes up when you put his name in, which is sad. Did everyone see the selfies? I think you guys did. Oh God. I showed him to Vincent and he was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm going to put out the 3 different podcasts that came out. So like that way you guys have like the full playlist if you go to the Idaho Massacre, playlist on my YouTube, because I don't want to miss an episode, right? Like I was thinking about it last night and I'm like, I know that they're kind of old, but I don't want to miss them. So I think what I'll do is I'll just put them out as pre-recorded videos for you guys over the next few days. Just make sure you go watch them for me. I really would appreciate that. I'm going to look and see if there's any documents out. I know there was a couple last night. Okay, so we'll look at these real quick and see what they have to say. It was a motion to seal, so I don't even know why we're still doing this. Just let us have what we need. Just let us have it all. I mean, we don't need to see the victims' bodies. I don't need to see that. But I would like to see, if possible, if they could redact it with a whole black like bar, not just like, I mean, I'm talking like really redact it. But I would like to see the body cam of the officer that found the knife sheath. Just for the fact that all of the people that are like, Brian didn't do this, that knife sheath was planted by the cops, it'll be on body cam, the first person that comes up there. Do you know what I mean? On the scene and they find it. I wouldn't mind seeing that as long as like Maddie and Kaylee were both blacked out, you know. I wouldn't show it, but I wouldn't mind just for my, you know, just to see it. Just to say, pro burgers, y'all are out of you're out of your mind. Okay, I want to always have my screen like this, but it doesn't do it for me, so that makes me mad. But it says motion to seal defendant supplemental response to the court's order regarding sealed documents. Now comes Brian C. Koberger by and through his attorneys of record and hereby moves the court for an order to seal defendant supplemental response to the court's order regarding sealed documents. Wonder what that order was. We have the unsealing records. And then it says the next one that it's hereby defendant supplemental. Okay. Yeah. It says the court having before it the motion to seal defendant supplemental response to the court's order regarding sealed documents and good cause appearing now therefore. It is hereby ordered defendant supplemental response to the court's order regarding sealed documents shall be filed under seal pursuant, and it gives the codes and the court's order. Well, what the heck was it? I'm gonna have to look into this. What's he want sealed? I mean, we already saw too much of you, dude. We already saw too much. I wish he got YouTube in jail. I would love that. I would love that for us. PKC, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's like they're his mom or something. You know what I mean? He could do no wrong. Like literally could kill 4 people right in front of them, and they'd be like, "Ah, no, he didn't do it. Someone else did that, and he's framed." He looked at that knife at a knife show. No, he didn't. He bought it off Amazon. Like what? And the purchase is there. I just don't get it. Yeah, I want to see everything that we're allowed to see. I really do. I mean, you know, not to be like morbid. I don't want to see like bodies or anything. I don't need to see that because I know what happened in those rooms. They were stabbed to death, right? I don't need to know that. I didn't need to know, but you know, we know that Xana was found, you know, with her underwear and her shirt on, and she was looking straight up or something. Like, those are things I'm like, you know, when you read it, that's hard enough to read, let alone see the pictures, right? Like, I wouldn't want to see those pictures. My dog. Oh my gosh. So my dogs have 2 beds. They got a bed each. And Rocky's getting a new one too, just like his sisters, because it's Rocky and he wants one. So we got him these dog beds, and they're literally, I don't know if you can see them. I don't know how to lower my camera. I don't without breaking it. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I have to move this. Do you see them? There's the brown one. And there's the gray one. And they're on the same bed. No, okay. Now I got to make this look back to where it was. Vincent might need to do this. I'm extra close to you guys. That looks fine. That looks fine. It is pretty dark in here, but actually it's not. It's so weird. It looks really dark, which I think I need to change the batteries in my candles. They're looking a little dull. My light doesn't light up my tree back here. I have a pretty olive tree that you guys can't even see. I don't even know why I have it in the room, to be honest with you. I do have a small light. I'm going to try to use that. I keep trying to like remember to use that because it sits on the ground and like shines up. So that way you guys can see it. Oh, she just moved and got even more comfortable. Oh, and I got them fall collars for their neck. They just got new collars, and I got them these little flowers. So they're wearing a tan flower and a pink flower right now. And then I've got like a green and like a burgundy. So I'm going to save those for Christmas. And I got them some ones for fall. They love having their collars on. I've never seen dogs like that. Like when we take them off, we say they're naked because they feel like they're naked. They'll like be walking around like, where's my collar? And then they get excited when we put them back on. So yeah, so I have like this really bright light, and then this one over here is actually like a really good light. I think it's like an Elgato light. That's like kind of like all the stuff that I have that I use for streaming and stuff, or like, you know, all that stuff. My mic, I don't think my mic is though. It's Logi, but I don't know. I don't. But yeah, no, I like this light. I think it's really bright. Yeah, it's just us ladies in here. I don't think Rocky's in here. No, he has a little gray bed over there, and I got it for him at like TJ Maxx, and it's too small. Like it's for like, I don't even know, like a teacup poodle, I guess, because I guess my cat's bigger than I thought. Vincent measured him the other night, and I forget what he measured at, but it was huge. He was big. So I got a big cat, but he will curl up in that bed like a little baby. And so now we want to get him like a bigger one so he can stretch out, because he sits on the dog's beds and like won't let them have it. He don't care. He has no fear. He has no fear of these dogs, especially the Weimaraner. Like before we get off here, I'll tell you the story. Okay. So he like the other day, Rocky was blocking the door to come into the bedroom, and I was in the bedroom, and Mia was like crying because she couldn't get around him. Like she just was like standing there. And all of a sudden, Rocky out of nowhere just like bats her 3 different times in her face. And he doesn't have claws or anything. And she jumps back, and I was just like, what did you do? I was like, Rocky, you just beat up the dog. I love him. He's the best cat ever. But what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go over and I'm going to do a live on TikTok for a few minutes just to like get familiar with that app. If you guys want to come over there, that'd be great. We're just going to chit chat about whatever. But that's what I'm going to do. So I may be back on tonight. If I'm not on this channel, I may do a live on my second channel. I'm debating. So we'll see what happens. But I will see you guys later this evening. Thanks for being with me today. I do appreciate that so much. I really do. You guys are awesome. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. If you're working Monday through Friday, you're almost off for the week. You're almost done. It's amazing. So I'll see you over on TikTok. I did have it pinned. It's just at Titanium Bill, I believe. So yeah, I will see you guys over there if you do have the Tiki Talk. But I understand if you don't. So thank you guys for being here. I'll see you later. Bye guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it out. Tonight, we're gonna let it out. Tonight, we're gonna let it out. Just like the sunrise, we're gonna let it out. just like a spark.